everyone and welcome to today's video. This video is part of my declutter series, and as you can see I have a lot to go through here, so let's get into it. I've been doing these declutter videos, kind of random style, but also these brand specific videos. And today we have Profusion Cosmetics to go through. And I've accumulated way too many items from them, so I expect to be decluttering at least some of these items. But let's take a look at what I have here from Profusion Cosmetics. As you can see, some of these are pretty dusty. That's because they've been waiting for this declutter for like forever. It's just been such a huge amount of products, and mainly palettes, which I know I have trouble letting go of in the first place, that I've been postponing this part for way too long. But let's see what I definitely am going to keep from here, and that is their brushes. Their brushes are really good quality, and Profusion has very affordable makeup and makeup accessories, and their brushes are always top notch. This one is from the Harry Potter collection, and it has this kind of cool smoky toned in the handle. But all of the brushes, and I have several, I'm keeping all of them just because they are great quality and the price is really affordable. And let me actually move some of these so we have a better view of what we got here. So next up I have something I am going to let go of. This is their matcha milk tea 6-pan mini palette, and I've opened it, swatched a couple of the shades, but this was not their best quality. And I think this was on a crazy sale when I got it, so it was just crumbling here. I don't know if I can even swatch these really, so I'm gonna let go of this. This is probably quite old. Maybe that's why it was on sale when I purchased it, but I was just not impressed by this quality. And if there's something that I'm decluttering today that's still usable, I won't throw it away. I'll give it to friends and family, so nothing that's still usable will go to waste. But this formula on this matcha milk tea palette is just not very good. And while I absolutely love this theme because I love matcha, I'm letting go of this. I'm also going to let go of this one. And I know it just said that I am going to keep all their brushes, but this one's actually unopened. And I think my niece would really like this. This is so cute. It's like a little unicorn brush. And like I said, it's unopened, so I'll see if my niece would like it. She really likes unicorns and she can play with this. But they have such like imaginative products. I like that they theme a lot, and this is one of the really pretty ones. I know I won't use this, and I know she'll love it, so I'm going to give this one to her. There are way too many palettes here as well, and I don't know, their palettes are usually really good quality, which is why I've held on to them too long. But here is one of their, I want to say this was either a Halloween or holiday collection, and I'm sorry about the dust. Like I said, I haven't used these. This is the To the Moon 32 shade palette, and these shades are very gorgeous, but I have not used this almost at all. And these shades that look really pretty, like the glittery shades here, these are just like Vaseline and glitter, and I never ever like those. So I'm gonna see if someone else would like this palette, since it's pretty much unused and I won't use it. But again, I love the color story. So much colorful shades here that someone else will get a lot of use out of. The same with their Web of Eyes 36 shade multi-finish palette. This is, I believe, a Halloween collection as well. And this one I've used a couple of these shades, so I think I'm going to keep this one. I don't want to give it to someone since I've been using a ton of them. So I have one colorful palette from them, and I love this kind of design, Web of Eyes, so I'm going to keep this at least for now, since I used it a few times and I don't want to give it to anyone. And I might use it again if I need something colorful. Next up, I have a Love You So Brunch 21 shade palette, and this is really pretty as well. And let me move these out of the way so I can better focus on what I have here. So this one I've also used quite a bit. It has the Vaseline kind of shades here that were a big disappointment for me. And I also I didn't love this palette to begin with. I didn't think the shimmers were great quality either. So I'm gonna let go of this. I'll see if someone else would like this, but this was Love You So Brunch. And I think the palette itself is really cute. It's just the quality hasn't been the greatest. I will say it's still decent quality when you compare it to the price, but it's not something I need. I have way too many eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like this had really tiny pans too, so I had trouble getting some of the shades out of here. Okay, here is their Violets, a 10 shade palette, and these are typically really good quality. I have not even opened this one. It's sealed, and for that reason I'm gonna let go of it and see if someone would like it, just because I have all these shades somewhere else. But their 10 shade palettes are typically really good, and I have no doubt this one is either, but I don't need it in my collection currently, so I'm gonna let go of it and see if someone else would like it. Now I've been letting go of palettes left and right, but here's one that I am keeping. This is their Free Spirit 25 shade palette, and I love the butterfly theming. And in this, and I believe I have a blush in this collection as well. Now, my only gripe with this palette is that if the pans were really small in the previous one, they're even smaller in this palette. They're pretty small, but I really like this palette. I think this is better quality than some of their other palettes, so I'm gonna hold on to it. And I mean, I love this theming that plays a part in as well. And sometimes I'm very visual, so I like to keep palettes that I think are beautiful, and I do think this one is. Next one I have is their Mixed Metals Arctic palette, and I feel like this was part of a holiday collection as well. And now I'm looking at it, I don't think I've used any of these shades either, so I think I'm gonna let go of it. This is pretty muted, and I'm sure this is great quality. I just don't need it. It has a nice big mirror though, so if you're looking for some palettes like that, and the pan size was great in this one as well, but I don't need these shades, and I know I'm not going to use this, so I want someone else to enjoy this. Palette is their Afternoon Tea 21 shade palette. This one's unused as well. However, I'm keeping this because it has my name on it. I know that's kind of a silly reason to keep these palettes, but you know, I've spent my money on them. I can keep them if I want to. This has more of a muted color story, and I actually could use these with the exception of the Vaseline glitter shades. I know I won't use them, but the mattes are usually pretty good quality, so I'm going to keep holding on to this one for, you know, the name alone. Now I have a couple of their bigger palettes, Mirage and Sunkissed here, and Sunkissed has a lot of pretty shades, but again, some of those Vaseline shades in here, they have this kind of sticker thing on top of the shades with the shade names, which I always found a little annoying, but you know, the palettes are so inexpensive that I'm willing to look past that. But this has really pretty shades as well, but I know I won't use this, and I don't even know if I have. Some of the shades look untouched, so I'm gonna see if someone else would like this. It looks really pretty, but I have so many eyeshadow palettes, and I tend to gravitate towards smaller palettes just because they're more convenient, so I'm gonna let go of Sunkissed. The next one is Mirage, and this is more of a warm tone palette. Here are the shades, and I think I'm going to keep this one just so I have one of these bigger palettes as well. I feel like this neutral theme might be more up my alley. I think I've used some of those shades, so I'm gonna hold on to Mirage just so I have one of their bigger palettes if I ever need these tones. I could honestly let go of this one, but for now I'm holding on to it. A palette that I'm definitely keeping because I've used it a lot, so it's probably not very sanitary to let go of it in the first place, but I also don't want to. This is probably the first eyeshadow palette that I got from Profusion, their Wanderlust palette, and this is just a beautiful palette. It also came with a brush that I put into use right away. This is really pretty. It's got these kind of jewel tones in it. I got a lot of use out of this, and it's quite old, so I'm gonna keep it for sentimental reasons. Actually, I think I'm going to put it in my memory box because that's where I have kind of iconic palettes that I have. So This one's going to my memory box, but I am holding on to it. Because I so loved that Wanderlust, I got the Enchanted one that had even prettier jewel tones here. Quite crumbly, to be honest, but I'm holding on to it as well. And now I'm going to take this brush out of here and put it into use, since their brushes are so great. But this has really pretty shimmers. Actually, I think this is entirely a shimmery palette. Some are more shimmery than others, but I'm holding on to it. I think this size is convenient than the bigger one. And now that I mentioned it, I think I'm gonna let go of Mirage. I'm never gonna use it, so I'll let go of it and keep Enchanted. Now the next things I have are their holiday palette collections, and this one I've like taken apart because their complexion products are great, but I didn't love these shades. Also, it has like those Vaseline glitter shades. This one was called Euphoric Glam, and it is quite old, so I'm gonna let go of it. I don't think these last so long, but I did use a few shades here and there. This is just an inconvenient size for me, and I did really like the blushes and bronzers here, so I removed them. But yeah, I think this has to be quite old, so I'm gonna let go of it and not give it to anyone else. But I do have their Festive Glam, and this one's not quite as old. This is a newer one. I don't think this was from last year, but maybe the year before. And here is what it looks like. It was kind of this cool kind of chest of things, and it has all these colors similarly to the other palette, plus a big mirror. And then on the bottom you have blushes and bronzers that I haven't touched either. So I know I'm not going to use this palette, so I think I'm going to let go of it. I think there was another compartment here as well. Let's see what's in here. Okay, I did use all of these. There was a brush and a pencil, I think. Well, maybe there's 2 pencils and a primer that I did use. I'm just gonna put this back together and then give it to someone else. Someone else will enjoy this. This seems like something that, you know, maybe a younger person would like on their vanity if you don't have a whole lot of makeup. So I'm gonna let go of this, but it is really nice and a great gift idea if they have this kind of makeup kit for the holidays again this year. All right, well, we are going through these things fast. Now, I have a couple of blushes here next, and I am actually holding on to both of them. I think the blushes are great. So this one is a kind of a cream blush called Terrific. So again, my name's on it, so I'm gonna keep it, but also because I do like this formula. And then I have not even opened the Social Butterfly. It's really pretty. Soft Cloud blush in the shade Monarch. I think their blush formula is amazing. I think I have more blushes from them, but I couldn't find them right now. But I'm definitely holding on to this one and this one. I also had these kind of mini quads here. I believe these were part of a holiday collection years and years ago. So I have mini violets, which is why I'm letting go of that violet as well, because I already have these shades in a mini. I'm keeping that. Then I have mini mauve, which to me don't seem that mauvey. This is more of like a neutral blush palette. I don't really care for these shades, so I'm gonna let go of that one. Then I have mini emerald with greens. I'm actually keeping this one mostly for this corner shade. That is called Radioactive, and that is just so pretty. I don't know if you can see it because the sun is setting, but it is this really like multi-dimensional yellow, greenish gold shade, and I really like it, and I've used it quite a bit, so I'm gonna hold on to that one as well. And then I have mini rubies. These are red tones, which I know I won't use, so I'm gonna let go of mini rubies as well. But these kind of mini palettes I think are great stocking stuffers if they have something similar still. These, you know, are great quality in my opinion. And I have 2 more items if I'm not mistaken. I have a duochrome mineral pigment called Omen, and this was a Halloween collection that they had at some point, maybe a year or 2 back. And I am going to hold on to this Omen. Let me see if I can swatch it real quick. So it is this greenish duochrome that is so pretty. And again, I'm so sad the sun is setting, but maybe you can see a little bit. It's really pretty and it's very glittery. I will say that. You do need a glitter glue if you're adding this to your eyelids, but I'm keeping it just because I love green tones and I don't quite have anything like this in my collection. I'm also keeping their Juicy Lip Tint, which I don't think I've tried yet, so I'm going to put this on my vanity to get some use out of it. This is not too old. I've heard good things about their Juicy Lip Tints, so I'm going to give this a try. I don't think it has any color. This seems so light, but I usually like these kind of lip oils and lip tints, so I'll get some use out of this for sure. So these are all the items that are staying in my collection and leaving my collection from Profusion Cosmetics. So let me count real quick how many are staying. So this is pretty good of a declutter. So I am keeping 14, letting go of 12, and all in all, I had like about 26 items from them, and mostly palettes, which take up a lot of space. So these leaving my collection is going to be a huge help for me collection wise, because I have way too many items and I forget to use things, as proven by some of these unopened items. But these were all the items I had from Profusion Cosmetics. What do you think? Would you have kept any of these? Would you have let go of any of these? Let me know in the comments section. And let me also know what is your favorite Profusion Cosmetics product. I'd love to know your thoughts. But this was my Profusion Cosmetics declutter. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I hope you subscribe. And if you like these declutter videos, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. It would help me ever so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.